Hi everyone, it's Becky here. So let's get on the train and take a trip from Oxford to Bath Spa in England. So the weather is getting better and better. The train is approaching Bath Spa. I'm really appreciating the good weather. So we're taking a transfer train from this Didcot Parkway station. And now, see more beautiful farmlands along the way. Gorgeous clouds. And those distant hills are looking just amazing. Yeah, it feels like dreamland. And here we are, arrived in Bath Spa. And this city is really famous for their Roman baths, built over 1,000 years ago by the Romans. And our Airbnb was only like 5 minutes walk from the train station. After checking in, me and my mom are going grocery shopping at this M&S grocery store. And I think this grocery store is likely one of the biggest in England, and they have almost everything we want, even Chinese food. And yeah, this grocery store is so nice. It has so many selections of Chinese food, and these are all looking so nice. But we don't have very big bellies to eat all these up. And yeah, we're really loving this grocery store. And I think I'm getting one of these tins of cookies as a souvenir. Yeah, very lovely designs in the theme of England. This is the view outside our bedroom window. Some seagulls are perched on the roof. And I think I'm gonna give you like a quick room tour. So yeah, that's kind of like a double-sized bed. And the kitchen is also part of the hallway, which is really nice and cozy. It has everything we need. And then here is the very spacious living room with a big couch, a houseplant, a little dining table, and the view outside the living room windows is just absolutely stunning. Here's our dinner, bought from today's grocery shopping as well as wine to accompany this gorgeous view of sunset. Yeah, so me and my mom are celebrating our good fortune getting this splendid Airbnb. And the next morning, we are going to the landmark in Bath Spa, which is the Roman baths. And the Roman baths is about 10 minutes walk from our Airbnb. The weather continues to be really supportive. So the terrace I'm standing on right now was built around 200 years ago. The ancient Roman baths is down there, which is about 1,000 years old. There are more artifacts to see inside the museum. And these are the very few survived pieces from the temple, built as part of the Roman baths. These are some ancient Roman potteries, coins. I'm really amazed at how the ancient people are being to create coins this detailed. And more ancient ruins of the baths to see. And this is the natural hot springs the ancient Romans discovered almost 2,000 years ago. And that's amazing. And now we're on the lower level, looking at the ancient bath spa, nice and close. Some more ancient ruins to see. The pillars, walls, and bricks. And now I'm taking over this platform over here to sketch the Roman baths from this really nice vantage point. And I checked in with the staff here that, I'm allowed to draw and use watercolors here. So I'm playing with 1-point perspective here. All of the horizontal lines are slanting inwards towards like a vanishing point in the middle of this square sheet of paper. For these horizontal lines below the eye level, they're going upwards to the vanishing point in the corner. And now I'm drawing these arch structures on the back wall with shelves holding the ancient artifacts and drawing a person standing and another person beside him or her, adding more details for these arch structures. And now another horizontal line, suggesting some gentle ripples on the water of the Roman bath spa. And now I'm drawing the middle ground structures. I think this building is kind of like a temple shape. It's part of the Roman baths. It's made up of like a large triangular structure on top, a little circular window there, and some semicircular windows, smaller window panels. And this is the closed terrace area with more larger semicircular windows. As you can see, these semicircles are looking bigger and bigger as they move closer to us towards the left. And this is just a visual illusion caused by perspective. In fact, all of these windows are the same size, identical. And drawing details for the exterior of this closed terrace area. Sketching on location is always a wonderful way to slow down and make spiritual connections with these historical locations, imagining how the ancient Romans were having a good time here. Now I'm drawing the rectangular prism shape of the church in the back row, and these three corner structures. And then, for each block that I split from each side of the church building, I'm just loosely drawing these window panels without overthinking, without overanalyzing. Just take it easy. As long as the big picture of the perspective is correct, these minor details, they don't matter too much. And now I'm drawing the foreshortened side of the church building. I think it's the atrium behind. So I'll take a break from that and just doodle some more people walking on the terrace, coming back to add some loose vertical strokes to divide the side into more segments. Now it's the watercolor stage. I'm painting the water first using lime green and mixing a bit of yellow ochre and more yellow ochre into it for some yellowish water areas. That's for the higher part. For the lower part, I'm using pure hooker's green, using my clean brush tip to wash away the reflection of the pillars areas. And then I'm continuing the wet into wet technique by putting on cobalt blue to mix with the greens. Yeah, so the lower part of the water has more blue tones. For the sky, I'm using manganese blue and being kind of expressive by using a lot of loose diagonal brush strokes. Now I'm underpainting the terrace and the ancient ruined pieces using a little bit diluted yellow ochre, not too diluted. The earthy yellow tone is very strong. There's no need to dilute my yellow ochre too much. Yeah, just perfect. With a bit of water. Same for the church. Yeah, and some people just came closer to see what I'm doing, and I'm always happy to share. And moving to the last stage of painting this, I'm using burnt umber to shade the shaded side on the church and the terrace, those in between the pillar areas. I'm also mixing a little bit of imperial purple into burnt umber and cobalt blue to shade even deeper. And just last few brush marks, make sure I don't overshade. Here's the look of my finished page spread. And again, I'm super thankful for the good weather for me to be able to sketch on location. Now, I'm walking around to find a cafe, so I'll see you in the next vlog video with a really exciting cafe sketch. Take care and see you again soon, everyone. Bye.